Hey, what's up, everybody? We're streaming. So we're doing a little bit of Godot. I don't think we're gonna do a lot on here. Last time was, I was fumbling a lot. There's like a lot of goofy back and forth. Because I got hung up on the decals again, and that was kind of lame. The plus side is, I did figure it out. I got hung up on it, but I did figure it out in that stream. But I deleted it because I don't know. I guess I felt embarrassed. I don't know. But yeah, I'll break that down real quick. So, you got the decals. They project onto meshes, not collisions. That was my mistake. I assumed it was collision based. It wasn't. It's mesh based. So it projects onto a mesh. Depending on what layer it's in, I figured that out the last time I streamed it, which I took that one down. So, over here you see it's the cactus. It's on layer 1. The decal is on layer 1 for the meshes. And if I... did I just move the whole map? I didn't mean to do that. I go... The decals are really hard to click. I don't know why they're so hard to click. There we go. Got editable children. Also, watch out of the game bug! So it's one of these. I don't know what one it is. One of these fine decals. 5, it's 4. So, one of these is scaled up really high. I'm trying to figure out which one that is. Is it the whole dust cluster? No. Is it the cactus? That doesn't seem right. Oh. What is that? Okay, it wasn't... Okay, I'm a dumbass. It was this one. I forgot I separated it. It's dust cluster 3. There it is. Alright, I found it. So you could... Either way, you could scale it in the decals transform, or you could scale it in its parents transform. It don't matter. But there's several glitches, so to speak. So if I go over to this decal, let me scale it down. This is going to take forever. I don't know why it's so slow. You bitch. You bitch. There you go. You can see how it changes the projection on the cactus. I want it about there. It was too high. I don't know why it was so high, but I wanted it about there. And I gotta go in, I gotta fix some of the other ones because they're also too high. But there's a lot of glitches that can occur if you don't have the layers set correctly. So like the player character, anytime you walk into these decals, even though they're flat, it's contaminated the whole air, so to speak, the whole layer. So if you walk into it, your character's gonna get covered into it. Because they're on the same layer. So what I did is I moved all the characters into a different layer, and that fixed it. Also, there is no layering, so if you put the decals on top of each other, they will flicker and move around because there's no layering, regardless of scale. So if you want to make a like a variety prefab decal, you really can't unless you go and make a separate image. So if you want to make a prefab of a decal, you have to make a separate image. So you take your multiple different decals, the images, and then combine them into another image and make that one bigger. And then that's how you would prefab your decals, because it's one singular image. It won't flicker. Another glitch is if this is scaled really thin, it will start it will clip, like the rendering will clip out really wonky. Like just thin enough that it renders, right? So this is actually too thin, right there. So you can see it, right? Oh, it's visible. As soon as you go, look at that. The up-down is just, it doesn't render correctly. But if you look at it from the side, it looks fine. It's like, oh, that's fine, that's perfect. It's like, no, it's not. It's fucked up. I actually do want this to project on the cactus, though, because this is a big old explosion. It's a crater. And it's going to make the cactus dirty because it exploded. I got to go around to all the cactuses, and I got to make them dirty. I'm not going to bother with the roots because they're browns. It doesn't really matter for them. I just put basically dust all around the crater. I got to go fix the dust in the cave. What else was there? Oh, the collision for the player. That's fixed now. So if I hit save, this should be, I better double check my stream. Hi, Spears! Alright, stream seems to be working. Let me make sure it shows up when I hit play. It should. If not, I'm going to have to send it. It did not. Gosh dang it. Hang on, everybody. I have to reset it every time I open Godot. I was having some issues earlier where the engine, the editor kept freezing. I had to change some settings and restart it. Yeah, you made it! That's one of these, damn it. There it is. Found it. Okay. But yeah, the character moves, they don't slide around anymore. They're on their own separate layer, so the mesh of the character is not colliding. Like, the dust is not getting on the character anymore. I need to create a dust pile that is hidden somewhere on the map, just because I can always like showcase that. It's like a secret. I'll put that on there somewhere. But I can give you, I can show you. Actually, I might as well just show you all. Fuck it. Where should I put it? I'll put it over here. Right here. This is a good spot for it. I'm going to create a new decal, and I'm going to change its setting. So we'll just take this rock dust. We're going to... actually, no, we'll just get another one. So I'll go to Objects, Nature, Rock Dust, and we'll just drag this right here. Up. Let's see it. Oh, don't move it up too far. There we go. And then we'll take and we're going to scale this up actually pretty high because we want the whole character engulfed. I don't know why the scale is so slow. Look at that. It's so... I might as well just use the transform because that's ridiculous. Maybe 49. We'll do for that one. Where's the scale? There we go. 15. That's too high. Also, it's linked. I didn't want to link it. 15. And then we'll relink it. We'll make this 2. Actually, this is too far now. Let's do 15. There we go. All right, nice big pile of dirt. It looks good. It's like, oh, okay, there's a little dirt in the corner, right? Looks great. So now I want to play it. You're gonna see how bad it is. I'm gonna put a dirt nearby so you can get to see the difference. So we're actually gonna take this one and we're gonna duplicate this, and we're just gonna move this over. This is also in the wrong. This ain't supposed to be here. Hang on. This should be at the top. And I need to make a node, actually. Call this node portal. Portal start. I'll grab these two and we'll stick that in there. And all these extra rock dusts that are out in the open, I need to delete these because that's just confusing. Because I don't know where the hell these are. Like, where are these? They're just somewhere, and that's confusing, and I don't like that. So we're just gonna delete. I guess I don't have to delete them. I'll try to organize them. It's gonna be a mess, but I'll try it. You know what I'll do is I'll make a node. I'll call this fix. I'm gonna just put everything that's not in a sub node in there because I have no clue what the heck. I don't like this style of just everything everywhere. I like to have nodes that identify where the objects are. It doesn't have to be 100% accurate, just enough so I get an idea of where the objects actually are just by reading it. So like this one says cave dust, which means that should be all the dust in the cave, but it's not because some of it's outside, because I screwed up. Actually, now that I think about it, we don't need to do it. Never mind, just delete fix. This one needs to go. Take portal dust. We'll move this out. There. Rename this. Dust. There. Now, close that. Open this up because it just should be these two right here. This will be rock, dust, good, and this will be rock, dust, glitch. Yeah, being organized saves a lot of time. It's wonderful. We're going to make both of these editable. I'm going to go in the decal. I'm going to have this set to layer 2, the glitched one. This means it will target and project onto the player. The other one only projects onto layer 1, which is all the objects and the map. Nothing else. I'll go ahead and save it. I actually asked people in the Godot group if they could fix it, or not fix, but if they knew what the heck was going on. Nobody knew what was going on, but I fixed it on accident last stream. I kind of ruined the stream because I have these streaks of stubbornness, and it kind of lowers the quality of everything. I'll just make sure this is still okay. Cool, it's still working. If it's not working, let me know. So we go down here. Run animation looks a lot better than it used to. That's for sure. I just wish he was holding an object because that looks terrible. Sorry, I'm having like a mucus problem. So we step on this. Looks fine. Like you see, like it's just dirt on the ground. Nothing crazy. Just dirt on the ground. Now watch. Watch what happens when we go over here. Oh, what the hell? Is she not on layer 2? Well, that's just weird. Huh. Does layer 2 not render at all? That's weird. Well, now I just look like a liar. Did I not save it? Let's go back to portal dust. What is that? Huh. Oh, I was in the wrong layer. Full mask. That's what we want. There's a lot of layer buttons. There's so many layer buttons in this engine. It's the cool mask. So save all scenes, hit play. Yo, thank you, Spears. I just meant for like my stubbornness is good, helps me figure out problems, but the street, I wasn't talking a lot. It was kind of a lot of like I wasn't really explaining anything. I was just like kind of hyper focused on it. But now that I solved it, I can explain it. So it's the cool mask setting. And then if I go here, now look at my character. I'm like covered in poop now. So yeah, I didn't know that. That's a by default everything's on layer 1 and cool mask 1. By default everything's on 1. So when your character touches it, it glitches out. And like I feel like that should have been explained somewhere, but it's not. Nobody explained this at all. It's so weird. That's a cool effect. I might use it for like a fog system. So that would be like a low resource fog system. So you could totally animate it, move it around and shit. So that's that. That's done. Now I can show you all the collision, my custom collision. So this is what she looks like before you even play the game. This is something I programmed from scratch. I really need to get a cup. Hang on, I'll be right back. I need a cup. I don't want to drink no ants. There's a lot of ants by me. I don't want to get my pop and drink them. So I'll be right back. I'm back. I'm back. I can't see anything. What's up, Justin? Alright. Go into here real quick. Pop this open. Alright, so we got the skeleton here. So we have the yo, thank you. So we got the collision setting and the mask settings for the collision masks. We got all like the joint types. This sets all the ragdoll physics essentially. The big old box around her is like the game collision. And the little boxes around her is the shape for the ragdoll. So if I go over here to the skeleton 3D, or no, the physical bone simulator. So I have all these buttons. So this is a tool script. It doesn't run in the game. It runs in the editor. And you can turn the message off, and you can see the outline of the collision, which is made with these meshes. So the script takes all these cubes and it turns them into meshes. So those meshes will turn into actual collision files, and it will allow the ragdoll to ragdoll essentially. And this script works for all the characters as long as everything's named correctly. When you export the meshes, the collision meshes, when you export them, they just gotta make sure you have the right name on them. It also assigns the alignment as well, because I was having alignment issues, which is why I have a T-pose. So if you go into the editor, the animation player, you can set the T-pose, and then you go back to the physical bone simulator with the tool script on it, and then you can click the assign bone parents and then reset transforms, and then that will make your meshes line up. So like if any of these are broken or you need to export, hey, what's up, Clips? Stupid ants, they're on my elbow. But yeah, if any of them are screwed up, you need to go back into Blender and fix it, export it, assign it, reset it, and then after you do that, you can just hit generate hitboxes. If for some reason they're all broken, you can hit reset, and it'll take them all off. Just like that, they're gone. There's no more. All the collision's gone. I reset it. There's none there. And then if I hit generate, bam. There you go. It just generated all the collision. Just one button. And I can show you the code real quick. So we hit save all scenes on the script. There we go. So these are the tool. This is the tool function, I guess, tool variable. All it does is it exports the button as a variable. So normally you can export something. So we go to this bone over here. It says like damage, heal. So these are all exported variables. You could do the same thing for a tool script, which includes buttons. And when you pop open this this function, which is not only is it an exported variable, but it's also an exported function and a button. And here's the function it runs: the assign bone parents, and then each of these buttons has a function. All right, and then here's the this is what resets the physical bones. So it's going to create a local variable, physical bones. It's going to be an array, and it's going to target itself, and then it's going to get all of the children. And then for bone in the variable we just created, if they're physical bone 3Ds, which they are. So if they're not, it will skip them. It's going to create a local variable with a vector of 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And then we're going to go to the bone.rotation, and I'm going to just reset the rotation. So that's how that works. So this is what aligns everything to the T-pose, because the default position of the bones, the meshes, and not the bones, I misspoke. The default position of the mesh, the collision mesh, when you export it, is the same position as the T-pose in Blender. So when you reset it, because when you open it in Godot, they're all going to be in one small location. They're all going to be on top of each other at the origin point in Godot. So when you reset the vectors, it's going to put it back into its T-pose position in Blender, which is exactly what you want. This will just assign the parenting and stuff like that for the bones, because each physical bone node needs to be parented to a real bone in the armature, and that's all this does. It assigns each physical bone to a real bone in the armature. That's all that does. This will actually generate the hitboxes and set all their settings. It also attaches the scripts, which the scripts are important for damage and healing and stuff like that. The physical bones are what determine your hitboxes, essentially. Now, not only are they for ragdolls, but they're also your hitboxes. So it will load all the game scripts onto each bone, and then you got the same. Every function has the exact same local variable. It's just making an assumption. So it's var physical bones. It's an array, get all the children. So it's a local array variable to get all the children for that bone. So basically, the next step is for bone and physical bones. If it's a physical bone, it's going to set all the collision layers and collision masks to what they need to be. And this is going to be editable as well. This is going to be, at some point, I'll make this adjustable, so it doesn't have just one setting. Then it's going to actually create the mesh. So what it's going to do is it's actually going to find the mesh we exported from Blender. So it's going to look for the bone, if it's an actual bone, what it's called, a physical bone node is what it's called. It's going to look for those bones, and then when it finds a physical bone, it's going to open it up and it's going to see if it has a mesh, because that's a requirement. If it does have a mesh, it's going to create and run this if. It's going to run the if, and then it's going to create a local variable, and it's going to get that mesh, and then it's going to hide that mesh. Then it's going to create another local variable, which is going to create a collision shape. And then it's going to set all the settings for that collision. So it's going to set the position, it's going to set the scale, it's going to even create the name for it, and then it's going to add it. And then it's going to give ownership of it to the bone itself. So the collision that it creates is going to be owned by the physical bone. And then finally, it's going to create the collision shape, which is the most important part. It's going to use the shape of the mesh itself to create a convex shape, a collision shape, which is important because a mesh cannot be used as collision. It has to be a separate node file, essentially. So there's different nodes. There's a mesh node, which cannot be used for collision. You can create a collision from it, so it creates a copy in the same shape as it. It's like a triangulated mesh. And that's what this is doing right down here. It's taking the collision, the local collision we just created, and then it's going to add it to the scene and parent it and set all the settings. And then finally, it's going to set the shape using the meshes we just exported from Blender. So this is a double whammy. We get to basically make a fully customizable hitbox ragdoll in Blender just by creating an outline with simple shapes, and then we import it, and we'll turn it into a proper interactable ragdoll. And then we got the reset. This is just the opposite of what we just did. It's going to turn on. It's just going to undo everything. And then we have a simple toggle bones, toggle meshes. This is just so you could see what's going on. So it makes the meshes from the ones that we imported from Blender, and it turns them on and off just so you can see what's underneath. And it's same thing for the collision. So I can demonstrate that real quick. This is Godot, yes. So if I click toggle meshes, you see the mesh. I can click toggle bones, and you see the bones. Yeah, I had to do it because the default method, so if you go, there's actually a default built-in way to do it, which you can use, but it's extremely finicky, and it's not fun to fix things if it goes bad. So if we click the skeleton 3D, and if you click the skeleton 3D button over here, so click it in the node in your scene hierarchy, and if you go over here at the top, there's skeleton 3D. If you click it, it'll say create physical skeleton. So it will actually create one for you, but the problem is it's going to create a collision bone for every single finger. It's going to create a collision bone for every single toe and extra bone you have. It's going to create a collision for every single bone. So you got to go in, you got to delete all those bones that you don't need. So all the finger bones, because that's too much. You don't need hitboxes and ragdoll physics on your fingers. That's overkill. Now I have to delete all that shit, but none of it's going to be the right size. They're all going to be the wrong size. Nothing's going to match up. You're going to have to manually scale every single one. I'm too afraid to press that. Well, I guess I could, what I'll do, I'll create a copy. We're going to duplicate this. And we're going to call this, bad. We're going to create a copy of the goat lady. So we're going to call it bad. We're going to open this up. We'll close, so we got goat lady bad out. So we're going to go in here. We're going to take my physical simulator. We're just going to delete it. We're just going to get rid of it. It's gone. So this is just a rigged model. There's no collision on this. It's just a rigged model. So if we go and use the Godot solution, skeleton 3D, create physical skeleton, it's a nightmare. Look at this. This is a fucking nightmare. I don't even know what I'm looking at. So if I go in here, if I hide the mesh, you can kind of understand what's going on. It's not good, that's for sure. It's just a mess. You can see some of the collisions, but they're so skinny that they're ineffectual. It's just a nightmare to clean this up and fix it. You can. I mean, all you gotta do is just go, like, so delete. We don't need a physical bone for the floor. That's ridiculous. So we gotta delete that. We do need a physical bone for the pelvis. So we'll click this, and then try to navigate this fucking nightmare. All right, so there. All right, we found it. So now we gotta try and like use our eyeballs and scale this up. There, so that's the hip. You see how tiny that was? It's like nowhere near the correct size it should be. You have all these lines. I don't even know what any of these lines are for. Just a fucking absolute mess. I don't want to fuck with this. This is just so bad. I could maybe fix it using code, but at that point I might as well just make my own system, which is what I did. Now, it didn't used to be that way. It used to work. It's just Godot 4.1 or 4.2, I forget. The version I'm using, it's broken. Because you can't scale it. If you try to scale a character or a skeleton, it won't work right. And you have to make sure whatever it's exported as is the correct size, because it won't work otherwise. Yeah, it's nice. It's fucking amazing. It saves so much time. My favorite part about my solution is I don't have to rewrite any of it. If I make a new character, I can reuse the same script. I don't have to rewrite nothing. Because if I go back to my script and we go to the generate hitbox, it's not looking for anything specific. It's only looking for bones. That's all it's looking for. It's not looking for like a robot bone or a zombie bone. It's looking for all of them, and it will create a collision regardless. And the parenting is all generic names. So bicep, cannon, chest, forearm, hand, head. So it's only going to look for these names. So a robot is going to have all these names. Like a robot's going to have a head, a robot's going to have a hand. Um, if there's any extra bones I need to add in here, I can. So like the goat lady, she specifically needed a hoof and a cannon. But those are also reusable for like lizardmen and any other anthro character that has digigrade legs. You would use a cannon for their bone. But so that is fixed. It took a while. It took several months to sort that out. I was having targeting issues because the self dot get children doesn't always work for some reason. Yeah, that's the goal. All right, so now that that's out of the way, because I had to do I had to re-say all that because I deleted the last stream and I had to go back over that. Um, see, there is one more glitch. If you import a model and you use the default, you just throw a texture on it with no material. The default material is always going to be metallic. It's really annoying. There's several ways around that. One way is to preload it. So preload, like make a material in advance and then preload that material with a texture, or preload the settings in code. So basically, just generate it in code, which is what I'm doing currently with the characters. Because that way, if you make any updates to the texture or the material, you don't have to worry about reapplying it manually. You don't have to drag and drop it on the model every single time you update it. It will do it automatically. But you can also just make your materials in advanced and then drag and drop them on that way. And it should remember to use that material and not the default material, in theory. But yeah, anyways, it's mapping time. We're going to do a little bit of map making. And then I'm going to open up Blender if I got enough time. Probably do. Yeah, it's only been 39 minutes. We got plenty of time. So I got to get that robot textured so I can get back to the spot I was at with the gameplay. Because the gameplay, shooting and killing enemies, is already in the game. I just have to reattach the weapon. And I have to remake the enemy model, which I did, and I just got to texture it. And rig it. Let's see. So portal start cave dust. So now I need to go and make a new. So there's several craters. Yeah, there's crater 1. I put dust inside the crater, but I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that. And we're just going to create another one here. We're going to call this crater 1. And we'll paste. You know, it's going to be great when we get to there, but I have to at least get the like the single player aspect, because like you don't have to play this with a co-op. You can play it single player. I gotta make some like AI teammates or something. Um, Probably. And then once the single player aspect is done, actually before it's done, I'd have to do the line. So basically, when as it's approaching being finished, we would most likely do like one level at it, or one cutscene at a time, and then I'd be working on another level. And then when that level's done, and this is after all the gameplay is done. The gameplay has to be finished first. But the voice acting, if y'all are still down for that, that will be added before multiplayer. The multiplayer will be the last thing I add to the game. Cluster 3. Yeah, cut that. That's not supposed to be in there. And this will be put into Creator 1. Paste. There. Now, it's a short game. You could probably just knock out all the lines in like a couple of hours. I mean, I doubt it's going to be much of an issue, because I'm not looking for like 100% perfection here. I'm just looking for like, does that sound good enough for the game? Then that'll be fine with me. And then, if you guys want, I would prefer to pay you after the lines are done. So like it'll be 150 for every character, like all their lines. 150 for all their lines, because there's not going to be many. Like there's going to be maybe 5 or 10 lines. There won't be a lot. And I'll split it up, so you get paid as you go, kind of thing. So like 50 for level 1, and then 50 for level 2, and then 50 for level 3. But yeah, I gotta save up money for that. So yeah, we can't do any voice acting until I save up the money first. I'm trying to get another job. Ugh. Yeah, we could do that. We could do PayPal, because anybody can have PayPal. That's however you guys want to receive the money when we get to that crossroad. There we go. This is gonna make this so much better look. Oh my god. Because these cactuses were kind of plain. It's like they're blown up. They need dust on them. They gotta be dusty. Actually, now that I think of it, I just delete. Because I gotta rescale it every time. So let me delete this. And we'll just duplicate this one. And we'll just move it over. Put this in transform mode. I don't want to accidentally rotate it. Right. I mean, I don't know. I'd feel too bad about it. I really would like to save the money up first. So they make this really tall. It just keeps going, doesn't it? How do I prevent that from cutting off? We got another glitch here I'm trying to fix. It's got this like perfect... I guess I could just put this on a different layer. That would actually fix it. Rotating it like that. I mean, once I get that new job, everything will be fine. So I don't know how long UPS is going to let me work there. I'm going to DoorDash tomorrow. Hopefully that works out. Oh my god, son of a bitch. This stupid ice cream. Ah, it's melting. God damn it. Ah, I'm back. I let it sit too long. I had to switch him out. Here we go. I figured out the vertical fade. Here we go. There you go. Let's duplicate that. Yeah, that ice cream, it was freaking, it got all over the place. I had to put it back in the freezer. That looks good. Next, cactus. I love making maps. This is so fun. It's like the strawberry shortcake shit on a stick. It's kind of like those chocolate pops, but instead of chocolate, it's vanilla covered in cake. Strawberry cake. Yeah, I got mine for free. I got lucky. All right. Hell yeah. That's crater 1 is done. I guess I could put like a big old dust stain in the middle. I don't really think it needs it. I don't know. I think it's fine. Wait, this ain't crater 1. We got 4 different craters. Wouldn't this be 1, 2? Uh-oh. She. Oops. I gotta rename the node to crater 2. Yeah, this is crater 2. That's 3, and then the last one over there, so there's 4. So this is, rename this to 2. Let's create a new node. We'll call it crater 1. It'll be the right one this time. Crater 1. Copy that. And we'll paste it into crater 1. There we go. Let's move this over here. Go ahead and duplicate this. I can never find the duplicate button. Where the hell is it? There it is. Duplicate that. Zoom out. Move it over here. I'm doing this with one hand. This ice cream is really good. Wow, it's gold. Hell yeah. I still got my PlayStation 2. I've had that thing for ages. Ah, it's so cold. My teeth. Ah, fuck! Son of a bitch. I screwed up again. I had the be right back screen on here the whole time. God damn it. Ah. I don't even care anymore. You know, I'm over it. Fuck it. God, fuck. I had the be right back screen on. Now I gotta go back and explain what the hell. Oh my god. That was like a good 20 minutes. Fuck! I'm really bad at streaming. I was doing stuff the whole time. It was like a good 20. I guess it wasn't that long. Alright, I'll leave it. I'll leave it in. I fucking hate myself right now. Alright, I put dirt on this cactus. I put dirt on this cactus. I put dirt on that cactus. This one. And this one. And this one. And now I'm starting on crater 1 because I was on the wrong crater. I just forgot to leave it up. That's something I need to remember. Every time I turn it on, I need to leave it so I can see it, that it's BRB. I hit it, which is dumb. I don't know why I did that. I have a habit of hiding it because I can't see anything. I don't actually hate myself. It's just I'm frustrated. I get angry with myself a lot. I couldn't remember when I put the dang thing up. I just forgot. Slipped my mind. Alright, crater 1 is done. Yep. Alright, now we gotta go crater 3. Just name this to 1. Grab it from over here. Just bring it. What the hell? Is it blue or red? I never freaking know. I was making the map and eating that at the same time. I was locked in. It's gone now. I ate it already. Alright, let's go ahead and duplicate this. I haven't done mapping in a long time. This is great. I fucking love this shit. That cactus is unharmed, so we will leave it alone. This cactus is actually... It's not going to get dusty, but I'm going to have dust near it. Just because it's like, it's right on the edge. Jeez, come on, game. Stop it. There we go. There we go. Let's move it down there. It's here. It's here. I'm actually going to scale it up, make this one bigger. Rotate it. Just give this a big old stretch. Maybe we'll have it a little dusty. I guess that's fine. We'll do that. Now I gotta go over here. I'm gonna duplicate the number 1. And then this one is, yeah, it's in the dusty zone. Make this one bigger as well. Rotate. There we go. It's on the fence too, that's kind of cool. Next. Duplicate. This on this one. We're going to rotate this so it's more horizontal. There we go. The multiplayer line, there are no multiplayer lines. The whatever's in single player is what is reused for multiplayer. It's like a co-op campaign where like the multiplayer, you just take the place of your AI teammate. No, you're fine. You're fine. There can be multiplayer specific lines. So not for my game, but other games do it. Like Dead Frontier 2 has call out lines, which are specifically for multiplayer. Alright, that one's done. Alright, so Crater 3 is done. Now we got one crater left. Child node 3D. Crater 4. And we'll go over here. We will copy dust 2 and duplicate this. I might add that. I probably won't, but I might add it. We'll see. There are no reviving lines. You either get healed or you die. Like, there are no second chances. And if your character dies, that's it. You're just in spectate mode. Now, I'm going to have a gameplay mechanic, so when they beat the level, you get to play a character, but it won't be the same character. That's basically what Risk of Rain 2 does. The only difference is Risk of Rain 2, if your teammates survive and they beat the level, you come back next level as the same character. I just wanted my game to be more visceral. So if it's a character you like and you're playing it and it dies, you're going to be forced to switch characters because they're dead. Yeah, exactly. Because it's supposed to be a roguelike. Normally in a roguelike, when you die, you get a game over, and that's it. You got to start over from the scratch. Which is that's how the progression system is gonna work. If you want to unlock stuff for your character or your favorite character, you have to survive a level. Yes, it does change the story. It does change the cutscenes. Yes. Yeah, like, every run is like a different. It's like an alternate universe because I want it to be. I want every ending to be canon, I guess, so to speak. Some people prefer a singular true ending. I'm okay with having multiple endings that could be true depending on uh, which character you play as. complicated. Yeah, this one should be buried. This one should be brown. That one's buried. I think everybody has two characters they get the voice. Because Spears, she's technically doing two. Technically. Um, no, Lizardman, he's an alien. He's a good guy. The only bad guys in the game are the demon lords, the cardinals, and humanity. Because humanity, they're like a bunch of racist, enslaving conquerors. So those are the two bad guys. Oh, and the robots. um, Technically, some of the lines you do would be reusable for another character. It wouldn't be all the lines. It just depends if you want to do them or not. Yeah, your brother, he's going to be doing the Nomad, which is like a ghost elf. A nomad is like a pilgrim, like a monk. Yeah, once I get to the attachment upgrade part of the game, I'm gonna have a lot of fun doing that. Because you can find like little upgrades for your character, like RPG style. Um, you don't have an inventory. There's no inventory button. You kind of just pick and choose as you find it, and you just pick it up, and it will automatically attach. But you got like limited slots, so you can't like just pick. You can swap them out, but you can't like pick everything. And it's random too. So every time you play, there'll be different items, and like you'll go to a spot that had one item. You go there again, there might be nothing, or there might be a different item. So it's every time you go, it's random. There's nothing wrong with a janky game. Janky games can be fun. All right, the craters are done. Go ahead and save this real quick before something happens. All right, that's done. That's done. That's done. Now I gotta go fix the cave. I need to make more nodes. So we'll do so we're gonna make a new node. We're gonna call it the cave entrance. We'll put it right here. Put this at the top. This will be cave entrance. And then we will take all of these all these dirt thingies right here. If it ever lets me click them. How do I make something unclickable? Is there like a setting for that? I don't want to hide it. I just want to make it. Ah, there we go. We lock it. Does that work? Gunship crash. Why is that so big? That doesn't seem right. Hello, Dort. Is Dort okay? My game is it's a third-person roguelike shooter, RPG-ish. It will at some point be multiplayer co-op. I'm just gonna have to manually click it because it's giving me trouble. Thanks. Everything I made is made by me. All of this is made by me. Every single model, texture, grass. The only thing that's not made by me is some of the plugins. So like the grass, it's a little pre-coded, pre-made tool that lets me paint the grass. So I don't have to place it down like regular objects. However, the grass is mine. I did draw the grass. I painted it. And, you know, any of the other plugins that Godot comes with that I use. Obviously, I didn't make that. I didn't make Godot, obviously. And also, when the game's done, it will be open source. So people can do whatever they want with it. So you can tear it apart, make your own game, mod it, do whatever you want. Because I will release the source code, like all the files and everything at some point. I need to redesign my nodes. They're too big, and I'm like trying to select stuff. It's really hard to select shit. There we go. These are the ones I want. Ah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Like you know, it's okay to use assets that are given freely because that's what they're for. They help you learn and they help you test things. It's just I did it backwards. So before I got into game development, I started with art because I knew that was my weak spot. So I started out doing art first, just because um, I really like sculpting, but I also wanted to do it on computer. Damn. All right, we better run. Yep, there. I'm gonna put this here and then paste. What the hell? There we go. This is how it should look. The parent node should be that. It's the best way to do it is to just use tutorials. Like that's what I did. I used a lot of tutorials. I just try to follow step by step. Once you learn how to do all the tools, because it is hard at first. You're gonna struggle. It's not easy to add extra detail to your models when you don't know how. Because when I first started out, I was relying heavily on extrusions. And I'd learned about the loop cut way later. And I should have been using it earlier, because the loop cut is one of the most powerful tools in modeling. And it lets you add detail anywhere you need it. Box modeling is technically tracing, but you can use that to try to understand like a flow, or like how to plan, how to model something. Because if you choose, like, let's say you start with the fingers and you box model the fingers, it'll give you an idea of where to start when making fingers. I just ignored it. Some of the early tutorials, they showed me loop cut. I just ignored it. I didn't think too much of it. I was just like, wow, loop cut, what am I supposed to use that for? I just I didn't appreciate it when I first started. I was just using extrusions all the time. That made it a lot harder. Or I would select mesh and then I'd separate it. Loop cuts are amazing. It's so easy to add extra detail. Very powerful tool. Basically, it adds an edge all the way around a model. So, like, let's say if you got a rectangle and you loop cut it, it will divide it in half right in the middle. And now you have 3 separate rings of detail. The more loop cuts you make, eventually it'll turn into a noodle instead of a box. Yeah, Control R in Blender, yes. No, it's super easy. It's super simple. It lets you put detail exactly where you need it. Also, the knife tool. The knife tool is important too, because that's more like really specific stuff. Because you can use the knife tool to make eye sockets, like to start out, and then you can clean them up later. There's a lot of stuff you can do with the knife as well. Knife is messy, so you definitely gotta clean it up after you use it. You can loop cut in all dimensions, so you can add detail in every which way you need it. Because there's only so much you could do with a box that has 4 vertices. Like there's really nothing you can do with it except maybe squish it, and you can make it look like a rock. But like if you need like articulation, like limbs and fingers and stuff like that, you're gonna have to make some extrusions, and then uh, you could use loop cuts to make it skinnier or thicker in certain spots. Well, I mean, there's a lot of reasons that could happen. You could maybe miss the setting because that's happened to me before. Having a different version in the wrong renderer, because there's separate renderers. There's Blender renderer, Eevee, and Cycles. Um, and then you got different versions of Blender, and then you got different lighting. There's a lot of ways it can end up looking different. Although that can do it. An older version can cause a complete difference in lighting. Um, though usually I avoid Blender rendering. I avoid Blender rendering and compositing because my art, I want it for like all the stuff I do in Blender is specifically for games, and then Blender's renderer is different. So whatever the lighting and materials I use in Blender will not translate to the game engine. So all the lighting and materials, I do that in the game engine. Unless I'm doing an art project that's specifically Blender only. That's like not for games, because I did make a comic. Yeah, no problem. No, it won't be deleted, but it may break some things. You can always install a version standalone that's separate, so you can have um, a separate version. Also, if you don't save it, so copy it, back it up. Also, if you open it up and you don't save it, you'll be fine. Just don't save it if something bad happens. The worst thing that can happen is, at least in my case, I updated an old version of Blender, and the way the scene hierarchy works, they changed it from whatever it used to be to collections, and my stuff was like, it disappeared. I didn't have anything in my collections list because it was using the legacy version that was outdated. So I had to move all the objects that were visible into a new collection file because I didn't know how to access the legacy view that they I don't think they got rid of it. They've changed it to the new inspector slash collection thing. But generally, every time I update Blender, the worst case scenario, it might remove a texture. Like nothing's bad. It never crashed or anything. Where did my cave does end go? What the heck? Oh, what happened to all my debuggers? Oh, I know. Yeah, we can delete this hands. I figured it out. Let me get rid of this. Huh, what the hell? Oh, I misclicked it. I see it. Which one was it? Oh, okay, that was it. That was just those. Okay, cool. Well, if it looks the same, then you probably missed a setting or something, because it's really easy to miss stuff in Blender. There's like a bajillion different settings. You got the actual editor settings itself, then you have the scene setting, then you have the camera setting, you got the material setting, lighting setting, and then the renderer engine, because there's several renderer engines, which is Cycles, Blender, and Eevee. I think Eevee is the most popular. Because I ran into the same problem you were running into. I made some lightsabers, and I did a render in the compositor. Yeah, I was using the node, the material nodes and all that, and I couldn't get it exactly the same as the dude in the video. It was close, but it wasn't 100%. So I don't know what happened. It could have been a different version. I don't know. But it's recreating things exactly the same as somebody else is difficult if you don't have the exact same settings in the exact same version. Unless it's something basic that's not rendering, because rendering is complicated. There's a lot of steps. Actually, I could save a lot of performance if I get rid of. I don't need all these. This is too many objects. I could cut down on this. Welcome back. Ah, look, I only claim to try. I didn't look. I don't know. I just work here. I decided, so I reorganized all these nodes, and I decided, I'm going to change it. So, I guess there we go, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to save on the scene complexity. There's a lot of extra nodes I don't need that don't really add anything. I'm going to try to cut down on that. Alright, that looks good. Now that's done. Going to let me a mid. So it'd be entrance, ledge, mid, and so we gotta delete all of these. These are just a mess. This is too much. They're too tiny. It needs to be bigger. The bigger ones cover more area. It's just less noise. It looks better. Oh, this one's rendering wrong. Ah, man, my headphones. Recharge. Recharge. Is it because of the lower limit? Yeah, there's a bit of a glitch here I gotta solve. Bit of a rendering issue. It's not the fade. What is it? Is it the scale? It shouldn't be the scale. Why is it so difficult to scale this? Hey, what's up, MHL? There it is again. Oh, no. Because it's too big. And it's not because it's too big. Alright, we're gonna delete this because that's weird. Just delete it. I gotta go check the other ones now. These ones are fine. Some flickering, but that's normal. I'm getting the jaggies. It's like the texture and the decal is getting cut off, and it's creating jaggies, and I don't. Oh, there we go. It's doing on this one too. Just on the edge right there. Ever so slightly. Right there. Okay. Oh, god damn it. Normally you just have to scale it on the Z to fix it. Right, right there. Okay. They don't do that again. Alright, yeah, I just had to make it bigger. Why did I need to make it 20? That's enormous. 10, 10. I'm gonna have to save this as a separate event. Let's do 8. Nope. Yeah, there's something to do with the bounding. The bigger the texture, the higher the y-axis, which is the height. In Godot, they use y as height. Blender uses z. Oh, now it's worse on this edge. I don't understand the decals. They work really good and then they just stop working. Just don't get it. There we go. Seems to be working now. They're projecting all the way up here. It's not. Okay. Just to get it to stop flickering. Oh, that's really bad. Oh my god. If What do I do? Let's just do something stupid like 100, I guess. No, it still flickers. It could be because of the CG mesh. Hang on, I want to open up Rock Dust Scene. And we're going to delete this. It could be the CG mesh. It might have been my fault now I think about it. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste this. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to hit save. See if that helps. It did not help. Kind of made it worse. Do I have to scale it all the way around? Hang on, let's do 10, 10, 10. Hmm. I'm gonna open up the prefab actually. Hang on, we'll save everything. I'm gonna go to the prefab. Oh, dust cluster. And then let's see. Alright, doesn't seem to be glitching out. Oh, this is a prefab, so I need to set the angle. So we'll save this scene. We'll go back to rock dust. We're gonna go here, so I don't have to do it for all of them. We'll automatically just do it here. There, save it. Now that's done. I'll update over here. They'll all have that set, including the distance. So now, copy this, hit paste. Fine, I'll make a new fucking node. Jesus. We'll go test. We take all of these, copy them, paste, collapse that, go back up. We'll hide all the originals. I'm going to take test. I'm going to scale it and see if that's the problem. It's probably because I'm scaling the node itself instead of the decals. That might be why it's causing problems. Just going to scale it up. So that's it. Oh, yeah, it's doing something. It's some clipping right there because I scaled it. Oh, right there, yep. So that's if you scale it. So there's problems if you scale it. What if it's a uniform scale? Does it still cause the same problem? Okay, so it needs to be uniform, it looks like. It's a uniform scale, it doesn't seem to glitch as much. I don't know if y'all saw that or not, the little jaggies. If you want to see it again, I can show you. Oh, I just saw it. Unless that was the cursor. Hang on, we better turn this on. How do I hide the gizmo? Yeah, it looked awful. It's a Godot feature. I just gotta figure out how this works. I didn't make this. This is just the decall system is their system. I thought about making my own, but this would save a lot of time if I use theirs. I just gotta figure out how it works. I think I did. It needs to be uniform scale. I think I got it. Let's test it. I'm gonna break this, and we're just gonna make this one. Let's see if that does. Yeah, I broke it right there. I think it needs to be uniform. I don't need to be perfect. I mean, the what I saw in the cave was probably not going to be noticed anyways. So I had to look for that really hard to find that glitch in the cave. I need to test this with different shapes though, so I'm going to make another mesh 3D. So we're going to call this plane view, plane projection view, and a child. We're just going to call it a debug. It's in here. We're going to add another child mesh instance 3D. We're going to call this cube projection view. This is going to be a cube in a box mesh, and then it needs to be way bigger than that. It's so small. That's too big. I think it has potential. I think the decal system, if I can figure out all the glitches that make it go like all flickery, if I can figure that out, I think I'm good. Actually, now that I think about it, a sphere would be better. Let's change this to a sphere. Sphere would be a lot better. By 15, 5 by 5. I don't know what the hell's going on. Radius 15. That's a really weird looking sphere. There we go, 20. Okay. And we'll put this halfway point. And then, now that that's in there, rename this to sphere 15. Now, and go back to test. Let's give this by 5. Whoa. 2. Oh, because it did. Oh, there we go. Bam, look at that. Glitchy, 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 right in the corner. We put this back on 2. Instantly gone. So I'm pretty sure it needs to be uniform. So I'm going to put a note down here. Add child 3D. What do notes look like? Isn't it like slash or something like that? I don't know. We'll just put note. Asterisk. No, no periods. I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to hide this, bring this back, save, double check this. It's not uniform, so I'm going to fix that. Needs to be uniform. I don't know why 1111 is so big. And then none of these. I gotta check the transform on all these. That's a problem. That's 151. Damn it. Alright, well, I'll have to fix this next time. I gotta change all this. All the decals need to have uniform scale. And we'll just do 2222. And then the actual node parent itself also needs a uniform scale. They can't have any, like, weird scale. They all gotta be square. I'll fix that next time, so I'm going to go ahead and save this. We'll put this in prefabs, nature, Blood Canyon. We'll put it in here, and this will be, so we got dust cluster, big dust cluster. This will be the little one, and we'll have the big one. And then, well, I only need to fix the two. Godot has a really cool feature where if I fix the instantiated scene, it'll fix every single one of them in the map. They'll all be updated simultaneously. It's just I'm running up the clock on the stream. I don't want the stream too long. It's at 2 hours and 15 minutes. Plus, I'm hungry. Yeah, making prefabs is like the best way to do it. If you make a prefab, any changes to the prefab will automatically update all the instantiations wherever you put it. So it's really important for map making. Yo, bye guys. See ya.